Hi, I'm Sayojita. Today's dish is a twist or two in one of the most popular Indian dishes, Palak Paneer. Your friends love Palak Paneer and you would like to serve them something that's a little bit different but also familiar at the same time. Well, here are two ways you can do that. The first dish looks just like Palak Paneer and tastes like Palak Paneer too, almost. It has a hint of a different flavor. Methi Palak Paneer with a hint of fenugreek. The second tastes just like Palak Paneer but looks quite different. The color is the same, but the texture is completely different. It's kind of crumbly. Palak Paneer Bhurji. Paneer Bhurji is the easiest to make with homemade paneer. No need to form a block, no need to cut into cubes. It's already crumbly. Anyway, let's get started then. I can't wait to get into the kitchen. I'm going to start with the Methi Palak Paneer. You can use the same method to make Palak Paneer. Just replace the methi leaves with more spinach leaves. Here are the main ingredients. Paneer, of course, diced into cubes. Fresh green spinach or palak, washed and drained. And methi or fenugreek leaves. That's the twist in this tale. Methi leaves must also be washed and all stems removed. Next is the onion, which I usually don't use in my Palak Paneer, but I do use it in this dish. The sweetness of the fried onion is a good foil for the bitterness of the methi. Spinach, of course, can also be a little bit bitter. Green chilies and garlic. Fresh cream. Milk. For me, generally, cream is optional, but I always add milk. Turmeric, cumin powder, whole red chilies, butter and ghee and salt. And we are ready to start cooking. The first step is to cook the spinach and methi leaves. Add ghee and butter to the hot kadai. The ghee prevents the butter from burning. I'm using unsalted butter. Next, the onion. It doesn't need to be finely chopped because we're going to puree everything. But if it's too coarse, the cook time will be longer. And we do have to cook it until it's completely soft without browning it. Brown onion will make the Palak Paneer brownish in color and we would like to retain the green color for this. The salt helps the onion cook faster without browning. And the garlic and green chilies. Everything is going to be pureed, so you can leave the green chilies whole. So also the garlic, as long as the cloves are small. If you're just making Palak Paneer, then you can puree the uncooked leaves and add them to the butter and cook them. You don't need to fry it in the butter before. But methi must be cooked and then pureed. Pureed uncooked methi will be much more bitter than the sauteed one. We want just a hint of the methi in this dish, not overpowering. Lower the heat now. The rest of the onion will cook with the spinach and methi leaves. First the methi. There's no need to chop it. We only have leaves here. The palak is coarsely chopped or broken, mainly to fit into the kadai. You can just drop the leaves in whole if you like. They will cook down. Lower the flame, cover and allow to cook. It's been 5 minutes and we're almost there. The onion and garlic must be fully cooked, so also the greens. I'm going to turn off the flame, transfer this to the mixie jar and allow it to cool. Leave the mixie jar open while the greens are cooling, otherwise they will discolor and the gravy will not be as green as we would like. In the meanwhile, we will work on the paneer. Basically, we need to lightly season and saute the paneer. I'm using the same kadai. No need to rinse it, it's quite clean. The butter and ghee combo again. This time, the ghee must coat the sides of the kadai. Otherwise, the paneer will stick over there. That's good. Some turmeric. It's optional, but I'm partial to it. Cumin powder. and the paneer. Some salt. We did add some to the onion earlier, but we do need some more. Saute everything for a minute or two, and in the meanwhile, I'm going to puree the greens. Here they are. A bit spicy, but they'll be fine when we are done because they have to mix with the paneer. A nice subtle methi flavor. I've used about half a cup of water to rinse out the mixie and get all the paste out. There's still a little bit of puree in the mixie, so some more water. Shake it up nicely, and there we go. I think we got as much of it as we can get. That's really it as far as seasonings go. I don't add any masala like garam masala. I like to leave the flavor of the greens in this dish and also the color. Take a look at this beautiful green color. There are two reasons for this. One, we didn't let the onions brown, and two, we didn't cover the greens while they were cooling. I let everything simmer for 3 to 4 minutes to allow the flavors to blend. Here is the cream I showed you earlier. You can add it here if you like, but I have decided I'm just going to add milk. I think it's creamy enough and the onion has toned down the bitterness of the greens. So I'm just adding milk. You can also do a combo of the two. Cover and let it simmer for a couple more minutes, and then we are done. And just taste and adjust the seasonings if you like. I'm fine. I don't need anything in my Methi Palak Paneer. Now I'm going to transfer this to a serving bowl and then going to do a final tadka on top. This is an optional step. I would usually do it for a special occasion or when you have guests. What we have right now is just fine for an everyday meal. I have set my small kadhai to heat as usual. The butter ghee combination again. And the garlic. If you're not a garlic lover, we have already added some in any case. You can also use slivered ginger. In my family, everybody prefers garlic, so that's what I have used. The garlic must be fried until it's golden. Now we can add the red chilies. And we are ready to pour it over. Sorry, somehow the angle was just not quite right today. Let's take it to the table. I have served my Methi Palak Paneer with a dal tadka and roti. Don't need anything else. The vegetable is in our protein. Here I am with a simple but special meal. Methi Palak Paneer, a small amount of special treat, gajar halwa and roti. A feast for the eyes and for the stomach, and checks all the nutritive boxes too. If you're finding this video useful, do hit the like button and share it with your friends. And please subscribe to my channel so I can continue to give you more content such as this. Let's check out our other Palak Paneer variant now. Palak Paneer Bhurji. For the Paneer Bhurji, I'm going to use my ready spinach paste. But you can also make a puree as I have done in the first dish. This time I'm only using butter. I'm not frying any onions, so there is no danger of caramelization. This white butter has higher water content, so there is a lot more sputtering. And the turmeric, the crumbled paneer, and cumin powder. Good quality paneer should crumble quite easily with your hands. I have left mine a little lumpy because it came out of the refrigerator and was cold. It will be broken down during the sautéing process, which will take a little bit longer for me because of the cold paneer. Ideally, you should use room temperature paneer. As the paneer warms up, it softens and releases ghee. It is therefore easier to break down. If you made your own paneer, it will be crumbly already. Maybe I'll do a video on paneer bhurji starting from milk. And the spinach paste. Click on the link right here or in the description box for my spinach paste recipe. It's quite convenient to have on hand. My paste is quite thick. If yours is thinner, you may need more. This is equivalent to about 3 to 4 cups of spinach leaves. I think I'm going to add a little more paste. If you like your bhurji to have more of a spinach flavor, add more, and if not, add less. My paste has garlic and green chilies, but if yours does not, then you must fry some in the butter before adding paneer. Crushed or finely chopped is fine. Now we just have to let this simmer for a few minutes to allow all the flavors to blend. Give it a quick taste. In this case, I don't think there's any need to add any milk or cream to the bhurji, because the crumbled paneer is quite creamy and soft. We don't get that strong spinach flavor. You can see it simmering now. And the last step. In this case, I like to mix the tadka in with the bhurji, as that adds some extra texture to it. The tadka kadhai is heating, much the same as in the first dish. And since we have not added any cream and only 1 tablespoon of butter so far, we can be a bit liberal here if you want, for a special occasion. Plus, I am going to fry some onions here. They do add some texture to the paneer bhurji, which is otherwise quite soft. Not that the onions are going to be crunchy, they are going to be soft. And I do want the onions to brown a bit, so not going to add any ghee. The onion and the garlic, and as before, you can also use slivered ginger if you like. Fry this until the onion is fully cooked and golden brown. If you have already added green chili either in the paste or chopped earlier, you can skip these. Or if you don't want it too spicy. The bhurji is bubbling nicely now, and I'm going to lower the flame. It was at medium heat all this while. And just give it a good stir once in a while. The onion is done. I'm going to throw in the dried red chilies now. For me, mostly they add aesthetic value. The red color contrasts beautifully with the green bhurji. And it doesn't add too much heat, so it's harmless. I think they are worth adding if you are doing a tadka. Red chilies are crisp and it's just about ready to go on top of the bhurji. I'm going to mix it in and save some for serving, or you can make an additional one with just a little bit of these things to go on top of the bhurji after we have transferred to a serving bowl. The whole thing took us 11 minutes in all, and I'm ready to serve. I have served my paneer bhurji with aloo gobi and homemade kulcha. You can also make an excellent wrap sandwich or kathi roll with the bhurji, perfect for the lunchbox. No raw onion and no lettuce. We don't want them to smell or wilt. Last of all, I'm going to deconstruct my lunchbox treat, this kathi roll made with Palak Paneer Bhurji. Just the right combination of textures and flavors. Soft Palak Paneer Bhurji, crunchy red peppers, a little bit of imli chutney and some chaat masala. It's yummy. If you enjoyed this video, do check out this playlist on paneer dishes right here. I think you'll like it. As always, I would love to have your feedback in the comment section below. I'll see you again next week. Thank you for watching.